This is Scott Becker with the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Today's topic is serial entrepreneurs, GDP revised upward, and 10 more stories that we're following today. So the first thing I'll touch on before I get into the daily news stories is this. And part of it's driven by the Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett story and Charlie Munger passing away. Part of it's driven by reading about the Glazer family in their purchase of Manchester United. They'd also purchased Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's this concept of serial entrepreneurs that just don't do it once, but keep on doing it. And more than keep on doing it, keep on building a portfolio of businesses and sort of, turn themselves from sort of one-trick ponies who built one business into people that have built multiple businesses and ultimately maintain multiple businesses. To me, it's always an amazing set of fortitude. When I talk to colleagues that are entrepreneurs, we sort of always marvel at those that are able to not just do it, but collect businesses, grow assets, build it to a different level. And my hat is off to these people. Whether you like them or not, it's an amazing set of talents and drive and focus. That's sort of story number one that we'll touch on. The second story we'll talk about is GDP growth. GDP growth this morning for the third quarter was revised upward to 5.2%. And in some ways, that's an amazing growth number in an economy where interest rates have been driven so high to fight inflation. Now, the good news is a high growth number means a robust job market and lots of positives. The bad news is a high growth number, when it's fueled by government deficit spending that is really driving that, and government debt, in some ways it feels like a very artificial number. We saw reports for years of how fast the Chinese economy was growing, only to find that a lot of it was driven by false building, by government debt, versus as opposed to real growth and real drive. The canary in the coal mine here might be that consumer spending actually slowed some and was revised downward, but governmental spending drove a lot of this growth. And that governmental spending only works at the end of the day if the economy really works, not just based on deficit spending. So to me, it's a sort of a tale of two cities, or the good, the bad, and the ugly, or maybe the good, the bad, and the artificial. In any event, that's the deal with those two precursor stories or prescriptive stories, the serial entrepreneurs and the GDP revised upward, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The other 10 stories are following today. The death of Charlie Munger at 99, he is a model in some ways for all of us. He stayed mentally sharp all the way to 99, still spoke all the time, still stayed totally engaged in the world. He was, of course, famously Warren Buffett's partner, but also the founder of a brilliant law firm. It's a brilliant multidisciplined leader, lawyer, investor, and thinker, really an inspiration to a lot of us. Second, Tesla gained nearly 5% yesterday and is back up to 100% year to date. So all of those that always count Elon Musk out, it's amazing for me to see what he's doing. Third, and also built by somebody from the Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, PayPal Mafia, is Palantir Technologies. It gained another 3.3% yesterday, and more so, it's up 207% year to date now. I mean, Peter Thiel, like him or not, fascinating. And I think that's really our fourth story today. Tesla and Palantir are driven by Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, two of the original PayPal leadership / PayPal Mafia, they used to call them. Like them or not, they're brilliantly driven, and it's fascinating to watch them and how they operate. Fifth, Affirm, the financial firm, gained 111.5% yesterday, is now up 240% year to date. Shocking, quite frankly. Sixth, in one of the great rebounds in the Uber-Lyft fight for dominance, Lyft rose 10% yesterday. I feel like we've not seen that in a long time. Lyft shares rising and moving in the right direction, but there you have it. Seventh, the Becker's Healthcare podcast was ranked number one this morning in Apple Business's rankings. It's now reached nearly 12 million lifetime downloads. Fascinating and a great labor of love. Eighth, futures in the markets point up today on further hopes that rate hikes are over and that rates will start to fall in the next year or so. Ninth, Bitcoin's at 38,000 plus. Of course, I brilliantly sold Bitcoin. I got rid of my ETF in Bitcoin at about 18,000 or so. So, no brilliance there for myself. Finally, 10th, the chance to interview Peter Dorner and Dr. Ali Ekbatani of North American Partners in Anesthesia. It's amazing the business they've grown over the years at North American Partners in Anesthesia. We talked about this concept of systemness, running healthcare and hospitals with more standardization, more systemness, and so forth. Finally, postscript. Did a podcast the last couple of days on positive but clear as a way to deal with people. I love this concept. The credit to it goes to Jessica Cole of Becker's Healthcare, the CEO and president. But positive and clear in dealing with colleagues, customers, others. I love this concept, positive but clear. Thank you for listening to the Becker Private Equity Podcast, and thank you to our producer, Janelle Bunger, the best in the business. Thank you very much.